Let's lock ourselves in for the night.
Something falling off a shelf, maybe in the kitchen.
Who are you? Who is in this cabin with us? That's kind of scary because we're sleeping here. Seriously, what was that noise? How creepy did that sound? For me, I get the weirdest vibe from this room. Just completely covered in blood. Did you just make a noise? Can you make that noise again? Are there any spirits in this room of us? Hi guys, thank you so much for tuning into AmysCrypt. I'm currently in teachers camp of the Philippines, one of the most haunted and notorious places in the country. Tonight I am spending the night inside this haunted cabin behind me. If you haven't done so already, go check out my part 1 video, but get ready because tonight's going to be a pretty scary lockdown. The teachers camp exists in Baguio of the Philippines and is considered to be one of the most haunted places in the country. Many have claimed to have terrifying encounters with the paranormal within this location. Already tonight, we have attempted to communicate with a male spirit known for stalking females and requested him to follow me. We also managed to pick up a strange anomaly in front of the haunted cabin we planned to spend the night inside of. Those staying in these cabins of the teachers' camp have experienced possession, poltergeist activity, and hearing disturbing and unexplainable sounds such as people crying. They've also been woken up in their beds at 3 a.m. by a mysterious blood-soaked woman. For this paranormal investigation, we will spend the entire night inside one of the haunted cabins of the infamous teachers' camp. Alright guys, so if you haven't watched my first part video, go watch it. It'll tell you a bit more about the teachers camp, which is a very haunted summer camp here in the Philippines, one of the most haunted places in the country. And I also just left off by reaching out to a spirit here. Now this spirit is supposedly a male who's very lonely, and his apparition has been sighted a lot around here, and he said to kind of attach himself and follow women that he fancies. And what's kind of freaky about it is he follows them if they're staying in the teachers' camp and presents himself to them at night, you know, while they're sleeping, watches them sleep and all that. So I did ask him to follow me and be investigating that and seeing if anything strange happens tonight. But I did want to walk around and just show you some of the structures here at night, because it does look quite creepy in the dark. Now I just want to walk around the grounds a bit. There are multiple spirits that are said to haunt this place. Namely, the ones that have been seen around the grounds are a white lady, so a woman in white. We also have a headless priest. Now what's interesting about these is they don't really have a lot of historic backstory or reasons why they would exist here. This place is very old. It was built in 1908 for teachers from the US here in the Philippines. And I do have this theory that maybe, since I don't know the substance of all these ghost stories, because this is a bit of a summer camp, and I mean, I've never really been to a summer camp myself, but I assume that ghost stories are a big part of that, and kids coming here and staying here would try to scare each other, and these ghost stories would get passed on. So maybe they're like made up stories to scare each other that have kind of, there's someone that have kind of just taken form and carried on. Or maybe it's just people getting so spooked out knowing that this place is haunted that they think that they see things here. But that's why we're here to investigate. Yeah, that's just a tad creepy. Okay, good start to the night. Just really stacked it on this step. And I don't know, I really busted my knee pretty bad. Luckily Jared didn't capture it on camera.
because that'd be pretty embarrassing in the video, but I've really hurt myself.
It's embarrassing now.
Well, I really hurt my knee, okay? I feel like at least I didn't rip my jeans because I don't have many pants in my backpack, but ow. Come help me out.
Alright, let's lock ourselves in for the night. Alright, Jared, do you want to explain what's going on?
Yeah, our night vision camera's dead.
That's odd, right?
Well, it normally lasts us an entire... Right, we normally take this when we go out to cemeteries and there's no ways to charge it. So normally it lasts us an entire session. So, yeah, I don't know. Plug it in.
Yeah, that's odd that that's dead, actually. Okay guys, before we get started with anything, and if you haven't watched my part 1 video where I give you a tour, I thought I'd show you around the cabin at night. It is pretty creepy in here, and I just thought it'd be cool to show you again. So here we've got, as you walk in, this sort of living room. We're actually going to be using this table for one of our experiments tonight. So that should be kind of interesting. Excuse what we're wearing as well, by the way. It's like really cold in here, and we thought we know each other pretty well now. You guys have been watching for a while, so we feel comfortable to wear tracky jacks and thongs of socks on. Through here is the kitchen. Now we are going to be filming in all rooms here tonight, but we're predominantly going to be using the living room area to do most of our investigating. So mostly in this area. So now we'll go through to room number 1. Now this is actually where we're going to be sleeping tonight. And see just how creepy it is. So we've got the 2 beds here. And then through here we have the bathroom, which I'm not going to show you guys again. There's a dead moth in there getting eaten by ants. So, I mean, it's rather barbaric. I don't think we need to see that. Room number 2. This is actually, for me, I get the weirdest vibe from this room. This is the scariest one, I feel. So we've got the 3 beds here. And it's actually a lot darker, or not darker, sorry, colder in here than any of the other rooms. So that just goes through to the bathroom as well, this one. So I don't know, there's something weird about this room. Number 2, it's my lucky number. So it's a bit noisy because there's a few dogs around, but tonight I'm hoping to do a spirit box in here. Hopefully the dogs quieten down, we can do some EVPs and try and reach out to any spirits that may be here. But we also want to do something that you guys haven't really seen on AmysCrypt before. And this is almost similar to a Ouija board, and something that I learned on a paranormal investigation sort of event in the UK at the Golden Fleece Inn. So I went to a public event, and yes, they did have Ouija boards, but they also used a more kind of primitive communication method, which is sort of similar. So we're gonna try that tonight. I don't know if we'll get any results from it, but we thought we may as well give it a go. Alright guys, so the first experiment that we're going to try is similar to a Ouija board setup. Basically we have a table, 2 participants, Jared and I, and a normal, just everyday drinking glass. We're going to put this on the middle here. Basically what we're going to do is similar to when you use a Ouija board, place the 2 fingers on top of the glass. We're going to start spinning it to get some momentum and some energy. Then we're going to call out to spirits that may be around us and ask nothing but yes or no questions. So we are going to introduce ourselves and ask the spirits to move the glass towards me for yes and towards Jared for no. I actually have no idea if anything is going to happen. I learned about this at the Golden Fleece Inn in York, England. I'm going to link that video for you guys below. Interestingly, last time that I did this, I didn't get any footage. If you watch that video, you'll find that all of my footage from that investigation was corrupt. I've never had that happen to me before. I kind of hope it doesn't happen tonight and it's not like correlated with this experiment or anything. But we're going to give it a go. It's something a little bit different and we may as well try these experiments, right? You ready?
Mm-hmm.
And you swear to God you're not going to mess around.
I swear I will not mess around.
Okay, Jared's not going to mess around and you guys know me. I don't bull and I don't fake. So let's give this a crack, right?
It is because Jack Thompson's cold.
Disgusting. Hello, if there are any spirits in this room with us, we would love for you to reach out and communicate. My name is Amy, and this is Jared. We're going to spin this glass to build up some energy and hope that you can use that to move the glass. We're going to ask you some questions, just yes or no questions. If your answer to the question is yes, move the glass towards me. If the answer is no, could you please move the glass towards Jared? Are there any spirits in this room with us? Are you moving that? So the glass is moving very slightly towards me, which is yes. Should we take that as a yes, someone is here? Alright, let's start spinning again.
Thanks, spirits.
Thank you. We're going to keep spinning and now I'm going to get you to ask a question, Jared.
Are you male or female? Move it to her for female, me to male. For male. Move it to me for male. Doesn't want to talk to me. Last one,
Let's just keep spinning for a moment.
Last one question.
Yeah, let's ask another question. Are you a female? Move the glass towards me for yes, the glass towards Jared for no. Are your fingers pushing this or are they on it lightly?
Lightly.
So again, the glass is sort of moving towards me. Very slowly, and these aren't like sudden movements or anything.
What did you ask?
Okay, so it's moving towards me saying yes, it's female. Okay, so we have a spirit who is female. Are you from the Philippines? Can you move the glass towards me for yes? Jared for no.
So it's not from the Philippines?
No.
There's like a little mark on the piece of dirt in the middle of the table. I'm using that to determine how far the glass is moved.
It's definitely moving. I swear I'm not moving unless it's a subconscious.
Not consciously moving.
Yeah, unless it's a subconscious thing. Alright then, ask. Okay, so if you're not from the Philippines, are you from the USA? Can you move the glass towards me for yes? The glass towards Jared for no.
And can we pick up how much that's moving?
It's moving so slightly, guys.
Okay, so it's not from... Right, we're not going to guess where they're from then, so let's just keep going.
Yeah,
I can
I
roll
don't know
that.
where they're from.
Ask it to our teacher.
You ask.
Are you a teacher? Move to Amy for yes, me to no for no.
So I feel like it's moving towards me now. Right. So teacher.
What's that?
Ask a question.
Okay.
Would you be willing to talk to us via another communication method tonight? Move the glass towards me for yes and Jared for no. Maybe we can get some questions in the spirit box. That was just our fridge, guys. Okay, I feel like it's moving to me, so yes.
Are we supposed to like say goodbye or close out at the end of this thing?
Yeah. Okay, so move this back to the middle. Say thank you, goodbye.
Me? Thank you, goodbye.
Okay.
Far out, that hurts my arm.
Ah, mine I feel like...
Because you're holding it up and you like...
Okay, so the thought behind this is neither of us are putting pressure on the glass, so we're both kind of just placing our fingers ever so lightly onto the glass. I mean, unless we're moving it subconsciously, which is actually a possibility, guys, like, I'm not moving out this glass on purpose. I don't mean to do it, and I'm sure Jared is the same. It definitely moved. It doesn't, I hate to say it, but it doesn't mean that that was an actual ghost communicating with us, or that it was paranormal.
My thought process behind it is like, my arm's getting really sore. I felt like I was moving more towards the end of our session. Your arm was sore, my arm was sore. Maybe we're getting weaker, so we're like sort of, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
But the last time we did it, you did it at the other place. You had like 4 people, didn't you? Wasn't there like 4 people doing it at the same time or something?
Yeah. Which I feel like contaminates the evidence even more the more people that are doing it. But I don't know. I mean, from that we gathered female spirit, not from the US or the Philippines, was a teacher and is willing to communicate with us. So we have some further questions, I guess, that we can go from there with Spirit Box EVP tonight and just see how we go, or if anything happens. I guess it was interesting and kind of fun to do that. Do you guys have any thoughts on this method of communication? Have you seen it done before? I've used Ouija boards before, and I don't think that they are like a scary device. It's just another form of communication, you know, the way that I look at it anyway. So let me know your thoughts on this one. I also hope that you guys liked doing something different with me in this episode as well. This is also something that you guys can try at home. Like, it's a pretty easy setup. All you need is a table, 2 people, and a glass. So it's pretty easy things to find. Alright guys, so that was quite an interesting experiment. Some of you might be wondering why we reached out in English, and if you watched my part 1 video, you'll know I explained there that about almost 80% of the population here in the Philippines speaks English, so it's very commonly spoken. Also, the teachers' camp here that's said to be very haunted was originally built for US teachers here in the Philippines. So if there are spirits around, which it says that there are many, it could they could very well be from the US and speak English. Now, what is interesting from that session, I mean, we didn't get a lot of information, and I don't even know if that information is credible at all. I am a skeptic myself, but I like to try these experiments because why not? So we got that it's a female ghost, they are not from the Philippines, they are not from the US, and they would like to communicate. So that's kind of cool. Also, and they're a teacher. Now, in my part 1 video, I reached out to one of the resident ghosts here, who is a male who allegedly likes to follow females because he's so lonely, and oftentimes follows them back to the cabins or the places that they're staying here. So I invited him to follow me. So it's interesting it came through as female and not, you know, that guy that may be following me. I don't know if he would be around or not. There are some ghost stories that relate to female spirits haunting this area. So there's supposed to be a white lady, woman in white, that is seen walking around quite often. There's also, what's really disturbing is a woman who's often seen by people waking up at 3 a.m, standing over people, watching them sleep, just completely covered in blood. So I don't know what the deal is with that or any history behind that particular story or haunting, but who knows, there are supposedly a few female spirits around. We're going to keep trying to reach out and communicate, and maybe we can use that information to kind of get us going and use it to bounce off a few more questions.
I was hoping the glass would move on its own. That would be creepy.
That would be creepy.
That'd make a good video.
That would make me believe in ghosts.
It would make me believe too. If this glass just moved right now, just flung off the table. Or even if it just glided slightly towards me or something.
Hint, hint.
Come on, female teacher ghost that's not from America or Philippines. Move this damn glass. Please. Nothing. Is that? I can't tell if that's a cat or a dog. It was kind of like...
How f***ing creepy did that sound?
It's pretty creepy.
So we just heard the creepiest noise. It's got to have been a cat. It has to be a cat. Right? Usually it sounds like maybe a cat fighting, but usually you'll hear two cats if that's the case, right?
Did you say a ghost story earlier about piano playing?
Mm-hmm.
Can you hear music? Listen.
Yeah, but surely that's real people out there, because that's like a crowd singing. Yeah, there's piano, but this was just like just a piano, just the sound of piano. So I don't know.
Thought this place had a curfew. Why do they play music out there?
I don't know.
10 p.m. curfew, and there's nothing to entertain yourself here.
There's no internet. There's no hot water. There's no. We bought all food.
Yeah, we've drank our 2 cans of Coke and we've eaten all of our Kit Kats.
You drank the 2 cans of Coke.
You ate all of the Kit Kats.
Well, no, we halved them, except the last one you gave me half of your Kit Kat. So, come on now. So what do you think of this place, Jared?
I kind of like that we don't have anything to do. Like, after we've done all of our filming and like, we don't have any TV or anything, I think it would be nice to just relax.
We're so busy filming at these places, we usually don't have time to watch TV or anything anyway. Like, as soon as you're done, you're just like, I need to sleep.
But we can't work, like, you can't do all of your social media, you can't go do comments because we've got no internet. Did you mean paranormal though? What do I think about this house paranormal?
Well, it's creepy, right?
I guess it's creepy. All the doors creak when you open them.
Yeah, I think it looks creepy and
it's got all this, like,
it feels
old-ass
creepy.
furniture.
And it's really cold as well.
Yeah, we're going to be cold tonight. It's like no blankets.
There are 5 beds in here, so I'm going to take the blankets off all the beds and join them all on one bed. You don't even get a quilt here, guys. You get a sheet and a blanket that's as thin as a sheet. But whatever, it's all good. Alright guys, we're gonna conduct a spirit box now and try and reach out to our female teacher here. See if we can get any responses through on the spirit box. Again, I'll be reaching out in English. I'm not gonna do this in any one set room, and I'm just gonna walk throughout, the rooms that we have here in the cabin. I don't know why, I just feel like maybe they're not gonna be just in one spot if there are spirits in. So we may as well try to cover some ground. I have my torch on me as well because I've already tripped over tonight once, so I don't want to do that again. Here we go. Hello, my name is Amy. Are there any spirits in this cabin with me that want to communicate? Can you say hello? Is the female teacher I was just talking to in this room with me? What country are you from? Alright, so we're now in the kitchen. Why can you not tell me your name? Please, tell me your name. Can you please come close to us and use this device in my hands to talk to us? Can you say one of our names? If you were a teacher, what subjects did you teach?
Who's there?
Let's go into room 2. When were you here at the teachers' camp? Can you tell me the year? Have you ever shown yourself to people sleeping at this camp or in this cabin before? Will you show yourself to us tonight? Alright, so we got a lot of responses through there. We are in Baguio, which is actually quite a very large city here in the Philippines. Very busy, so I'm guessing that there's a lot of radio interference coming through because of that, because we are so close. It was really hard to decipher words that were coming through in the moment. I always like to review my footage after, because a lot of the time I miss things and pick it up when I am editing. So who knows, maybe we got some meaningful responses through. Have you guys heard anything in any language really? We're not sure where that female ghost could be from. Is there someone there? Did you just make a noise? Can you make that noise again? So I just heard a bang out here. You heard one too, right?
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe it was the fridge. The fridge does that. It's kind of loud though. Maybe we picked that up in the footage. But yeah, if you guys heard responses, let us know in the comments below what you hear. I definitely heard a bang out here earlier as well. I should tell this story. Jared and I mean, as soon as we got here, we had a nap today. We've got a long night of filming ahead of us, so we were like, yeah, so tired, let's have a nap. Had a nap, and I didn't actually wake up to it at all, but Jared woke up and swore that he heard a loud bang coming from out here, as if something heavy had fallen off a shelf or something. So Ben, as we're on this topic, Jared, can you just share with us exactly what you heard and what happened?
I woke up to something falling off a shelf, maybe in the kitchen, because there's nothing really on shelves out here. But there was nothing that fell or anything. It must have come from outside or something, I don't know. It sounded like it came from in here though.
So it was just a loud bang?
Like something falling off a shelf, like a spoon or something falling off a shelf.
So not big?
Mm-mm.
Oh, okay. I thought you said it was a big bang.
Well, it woke me up.
Yeah,
it's
I guess.
Wake me up.
I guess that's kind of creepy, right? I wonder what that was. Maybe it was this. Was it the same noise that we heard just before, do you think?
No.
It was different? Interesting.
Probably just outside.
Alright guys, so we're going to try another experiment now. We're going to do an EVP session, and Jared's got this idea of using trigger objects, right? So we have 2 books, and he figures since as a teacher may be haunting this place, teachers like books, obviously.
That's right.
And they must, if you like books, you must be a Game of Thrones fan. So we've got 2 Game of Thrones books. I also have these, there's cross beads here. And they were actually just hanging on one of the walls here inside the cabin. So I don't know what its deal is or why it's here. But I'm going to lay this here as well. And we're going to reach out and see if we can capture any voices on EVP, which is electronic voice phenomena. If you guys aren't aware of that, that is where you basically take a recording, ask questions, and then sometimes in the playback you can hear voices that weren't audible to the human ear at the time, and this is for possibly to be spirits communicating. So we're also going to run Ghost Tube at the same time and see if we get any responses for him. Alright guys, so I'm just pressing record now on GhostTube. So that is running, you guys should see it on screen. And this is an EVP session inside of our cabin at the very haunted teachers camp in the Philippines. Hi, my name is Amy. I'm hoping to communicate with any spirits that are in this cabin or that exist at the teachers camp here in the Philippines. There's a bunch of dogs barking right now. I just want to make note of that in case they're being picked up. If there is anybody here, could you please come forward and tell us your name? Are you a teacher? Those are you.
Mm-hmm.
We've bought some books for you. I hope you like Game of Thrones. Is the female teacher that was communicating with us earlier still here? Could you give us a sign that you are here? Can you tap on something for us? Can you make a noise like this? Could you tell us where you are from? What country? Are you the one that appears to people at 3 a.m. when they're asleep?
Surgeon. 14.
I've never seen
I
that.
don't want a surgeon waking me up at 3 a.m.
Yeah.
Is 14 maybe their age? Bit too young to be a teacher.
True. How old are you? Are you 14? Are you a surgeon? Is that something that you taught? Oh, crikey. Okay, that was the fridge. Why do you show yourself to people at 3 a.m.?
That's not the fridge.
That's definitely not. Are you making that noise in the kitchen? Can you make it again? Who are you? Who is in this cabin with us? Seriously, what was that noise?
Don't know.
Can you make another tapping noise? That came from the ceiling of this room almost.
Where?
That noise came from just up here. You heard that run, right?
I didn't hear that one.
Can you make that same noise again inside this room? We'd like to know if you are here. Can you come close to this light on the table? Can you move towards it? Why were you here at the teacher's camp? Why have you stayed here? I do find it kind of interesting that we had noise in the kitchen. That's definitely not the fridge. There was a noise in here as well. And I'm curious to see if there's something that's fallen or like what that noise was. So I'm gonna maybe switch my torch on So I swear there was a noise. Okay, there's a bug up there, but that wouldn't have been able to create a noise. Unless something fell. There is a butterfly here, but that was here earlier today.
What about these things?
They were there earlier today as well. I don't actually know what they are.
Christmas decorations?
I feel like maybe if it was something, it could have been as small as that.
Nah.
Falling from the roof or something, I'm not sure. Now as for the kitchen, the only thing in here the fridge makes noise. That's normal. The other noise, I don't know.
It's a couple of noises, right? Like
almost like a rattle or something.
so.
There's nothing here that would.
Hang on. It's like that.
Nah, it didn't sound
Like this?
that.
No, it wasn't metallic.
No.
Could it have been one of these plates like sliding or something?
I'm not sure. I mean, we can watch it back and see what we can hear as well. Because it was pretty odd. Yeah, I don't know what those noises would be. We also got 2 words through on GhostTube, like right after, one after the other. They definitely could have just been random fluctuations in the environment that caused the dictionary to select those words. Does not mean that they're paranormal. So we got the word surgeon followed by the word 14. And that was right after talking about someone appearing to people at 3 a.m. As they like wake up at that time. And that's kind of scary because we're sleeping here. Jared said he didn't want to be woken up by a surgeon. That is kind of creepy to think about, but I mean, I don't know if they were relevant to anything, really. Alright guys, so it's been a pretty interesting night so far actually, but it is getting pretty late. So Jared and I are gonna head off to bed, but we are gonna still be doing a little bit more filming, particularly if either of us wake up during the night. We're gonna document what time it is, what we see, what's happening. And I mean, we might both sleep like rocks and sleep right through. I don't know, but we'll see. Hopefully we get a 3 a.m. visit. That would be really cool. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please let me know if you've ever stayed at a haunted summer camp or in a haunted cabin before. If you did enjoy this video, remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. If you're after more reading on this haunted place or other haunted locations that I visited, head to AmysCrypt.com. You guys can also find me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at AmysCrypt. Until next time,